Hey folks, welcome to verifiedinvesting.com. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist here. Well, guess what? Oil is collapsing down 15% since last night when a ceasefire was announced. I predicted this literally 24 to 48 hours ago in a video that I did right here. This was up on YouTube. You can see it one day ago. And again, oil trap, why prices are dropping despite chaos plus huge Bitcoin breakout. We'll take a look at that. But right there, the headline, oil major collapse days away. And that, again, was 2 days ago, a little less than 2 days to be fair. Now, the kicker here, I told you about this ahead of time, and the reason was purely charts and human psychology. Now, charts are a representation of human psychology, but a lot of my analysis here was charts plus understanding the president, right? So you see him making these ridiculous claims about wiping out a whole civilization that basically boxed him into a corner, right? He's not going to really wipe out a civilization. This is verbiage to kind of make everyone look and say, oh my goodness. But the problem is it puts him in a corner where it's like, okay, well, does he wipe out a whole civilization? No, obviously not. So he has to come to some agreement, some ceasefire. And so what's amazing about this is Iran puts forth a 10-point plan that allows them to enrich uranium, take off all sanctions that were put on even before this war, maintain control of the Straits of Hormuz, and keep going. I mean, they could just keep going and going and going. And ultimately, the president had little choice but to say, okay, this is enough to get to the negotiating table and go forward. And so this is understanding. Remember my reasoning here, right? So if we go to the charts on this, right? So there's the chart, obviously there's the thumbnail. But if we go to the charts, right, and we take a look at what we were looking at, the charts were telling us, number one, what was this candle, guys? I went over this over and over again. This is a topping tail, which is a massive, I repeat, massive reversal candle in a chart. All right, this happened on silver, literally happened on silver when it tagged $120 an ounce. Look at what happened to silver. It literally dropped 50%. All right, so all I'm doing, and listen, I'm not reinventing the wheel. I don't want you guys to think you have to reinvent the wheel. You just look for the breadcrumbs. That's it. Look for the breadcrumbs, and you see this stuff. Okay, so when we look at this, and by the way, we'll go into the Bitcoin breakout that I was predicting, and all of a sudden Bitcoin, which was at 66,000 a few days ago, now is at 72 or just under 72,000. I'll show you the breakout there. I literally went bullish on the markets a week ago on the S&P 500 because we hit the midpoint of a parallel channel, and here we are hitting my upside target this morning in the pre or the early session. All right, but going back to the charts, we had the reversal signal. And what that means, all right, and just pure teaching technical analysis here. What is this? Well, as long as we do not have a daily close, and this is just standard definitional stuff, as long as we don't have a daily close above that high of $120 a barrel, then this is all inside bar action. Okay, that just is what it is. And then we have this beautiful parallel channel, which I showed you guys, which again told me that when we were hitting this upper end, that was going to be the highest chance of a reversal, all right, a flush down. By the way, look at where oil went. It literally went right back to the low end of the channel, which happened to be from the peak to the trough. I mean, look at this, guys. From yesterday's high to the low, 22% drop. I mean, that is insane for a 24, not even. This was basically, 15 hours from when it was up here to down here. All right. So understand that the chart was pointing at it, plus understand how you have to delve into the president's mindset. Okay. So it's not just about, oh, he's threatening to wipe out a civilization, so he's pushed this. He also has to get oil prices down because the midterms are closing. It's already April. Midterms are in November. And remember how inflation works. Inflation is not something that oil prices spike today and you see inflation tomorrow. Inflation works. Oil prices spike today, and then over the next 3 to 6 months, it filters into the economy. It first starts at the producer side, right? So Delta Airlines reported earnings today, and they're like, oh, man, we're going to be paying an extra $1 billion in fuel costs, okay? Now, what do? They see this, and then over the next X amount of time, they start raising their fares, all right? What do you see about, food prices? Well, the farmers are combining, using combines. They're putting diesel in, right? They have trucks that they take the grain to the granaries to, right? And so eventually they're like, nope, we gotta prices have to go up for this to be profitable for us anymore. And so it gets passed through. And so you have to understand that. And the president knows this. He has great advisors, right? Regardless of whether you like them or you don't like them, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're a president, you're going to have great advisors. It's just the nature of the beast. And so ultimately, he knows this. He's got to get oil prices down. Now, this is where it gets scary because oil prices, folks, are not going to go down that much more. All right, at least in the near term. Listen, down the line, once we see a recession, which probably hits by year end, especially with oil staying elevated, yes, you're going to see oil prices far, far lower. But in the near term, the problem is there's 2 weeks, right, where the markets are going to say, okay, well, what if no? I mean, first of all, if you look at what the U.S. says we want and what Iran says they want, it's like, it's like not even close, right? And so there's a risk in the market's eyes that the straits get closed again in 2 weeks. So that's going to keep oil up. Then, even if there is a deal, all these countries out there that are in shock because oil prices shot up this fast and they use their strategic reserves, inclusive of the US, what's your mentality? It's the same as COVID. Remember when toilet paper everyone was like, oh, I can't get toilet paper, and everyone was freaking out. Well, guess what? These countries are all going to literally be stockpiling massive amounts of energy and other stuff, even like food and stuff, because this showed that one country can do a massive disruption to essentially the energy markets. But really, you have to think about any natural resource. And so you're going to see this is actually going to keep inflation higher for longer now. This whole thing, even if oil, let's say oil comes down to $80 a barrel. Number one, that's higher than it was prior. If you go back to February, and we can look at the chart here again, where was oil in February? It was basically $60 a barrel. Anywhere from here's January, we were in the high 50s, and then in the low to mid 60s in February. So even if oil comes down to 80, and let's say these countries are just loading the boat, which is going to keep it elevated, they're going to load up barrels of oil in their strategic reserves. $80 a barrel is still a 30% plus increase from where it was trading prior. So that has to be passed through, and it's not going to be passed through in the short term. It's going to take time. So inflation's going up. There's no doubt about it, and it's going to stay elevated. Now, listen, the one kicker, and this is the unfortunate thing about it, is that eventually we are going to see that oil comes down to $60, $50 a barrel, but it's going to take a massive U.S. recession, which will come. It will come, folks. We were already on the verge before this oil shock. Now you're going to throw in, the average American and people in the world out there watching. I know you guys are in different, the prices are going to go up, and it's going to make all of us pay more and more. And it's not just going to be like 3% a year, which is what it's been for the last year or so. We're going to go back to like 5% plus a year in inflation, probably for the next couple of years until the big recession hits. And then prices, because lack of demand, is going to drive prices lower. All right. In any case, I wanted to quickly show you guys a few other charts. The S&P 500, take a look. I called this, guys, midpoint. I said, guys, I'm bullish. In fact, I believe I have a video, and you can go look at these on my page, right? The headline on the video literally said buying with both hands. Well, guess what? I'm selling with both hands this morning. All right, now listen, I'm not aggressively going short yet, but I am starting to inch into shorts, no doubt about it. But the point is, this was your signal to go long. The oil chart told me, all right, also get long. Now, this is where we closed yesterday. We're going to be opening up here around 6,800 on the S&P 500. If we go to the ES futures here and we take a look, look at this. ES futures are up 2.8%, and we're right into this level. So on the S&P 500, if we map this across, look at where we are, right into this zone. That's that same zone that if we go to the SPX, the S&P, right here, right in this zone, right here, right there. So that's your target. And listen, it's not to say we can't overshoot, but my guess is we're going to start to see a fade off of this because, again, it's a great rally, but it doesn't end the game, right? There's still 2 weeks to go before something has happened. And honestly, I don't think the straits will be closed again because I don't think the president will want to take that risk politically. We know how, he came into office promising no more wars, right? So, it's hard for the base to then handle getting in another war, right? As we've seen. But the point is, you have where you are. I'm now unloading my longs aggressively this morning up into this range. I'm going to still hold a couple because you just never know. Maybe we push up a little higher. There's a gap fill up here at 69.10 or 69.05 that hasn't been filled. We could fill that. But at this point, again, the majority of the upside's in. Boom, nailed, profits. If you're part of my verified investing smart money stocks, we were heavily long. Literally yesterday, we were up about 20. We were up about 200,000, 20% in the $1 million portfolio that I started in January. And January 1st, I put $1 million in, and literally people see the real-time positions. And now with today. So yesterday we were up about 200,000. Today we're up 250 to 260,000 on it. So another, I mean, and this is diversified, like really no positions more than 5 to 10% of portfolio, right? Pretty incredible stuff. But that's what happens when you can read the charts. All right, Bitcoin, guys, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin here. There's your breakout. Let's get rid of that line. This was the line I was talking about in my last video, calling for a breakout. We closed above, didn't confirm. Boom, we confirmed. This is a breakout. Now, notice we are into some short-term resistance right here. So we've got to fight through this 72,000 level. If we do, next stop is 75. If we get through that, then that 80 to 85,000 level comes in. Now, listen, if the markets start petering out, it is possible that Bitcoin may not reach 80,000. There is a chance of that. But ultimately, I'm in the money on it, and now I'm gonna maintain an in the money trailing stop. And if it doesn't, so be it. We'll just take a smaller gain on those. That's just the nature of trading, right? Trading and investing. All right, I got to get going, guys. But amazing stuff here. And again, I hope. Listen, a lot of people. Anytime I do these shocking videos, like oil's about to tumble, people are like, "Oh, you're insane." I mean, listen, I am not. I want to say this. I am certainly not right every time, but it's a percentage probability game. And anytime I come out with a statement like that, the odds are about 80%. I'm not going to listen. If it's 60% odds, I'm not going to be saying statement. Like when I said I'm buying the stock market, like stocks with both hands, 80+% probability. All right. Anyways, if you're in my services, you rocked it. Congrats, guys. And thank you for those of you that support me every day with kind words. You guys rock. Seriously. You keep me driving forward, keep me doing my best, keep me on point. Have a great one, guys. Take care.